What is going on, guys? I'm Consumer Tech Review, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Tecware PBT Pudding Keycaps. We're going to be taking them and putting them on the HyperX Alloy FPS RGB keyboard, and we're going to be comparing them directly with the HyperX Pudding Keycaps. And if at any point during the video you want to check out these keycaps, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, and Canada. But let's get into those keycaps. These are the black PBT keycaps. They also have a white version, but here is the Alloy FPS RGB with the silver Kale switches. I got this already, so we can just get right into it. And I do have the HyperX Pudding Keycaps to compare these two. Those are a little bit more expensive, which is a reason you might want to get these. And there you go. You also do get a keycap puller. Now I will say what Tecware does better than HyperX is they actually come in these decks like this, that they're completely laid out so you can just put them right on your keyboard. HyperX was kind of not in all of the right order, so that might be something you want to consider. Right away feeling them, they feel pretty good. They do have a texture. Let's compare the escape keys. All right, comparing these keys, it's pretty hard to tell which one is the Tecware and which one is the HyperX. That is crazy. They're almost exactly the same. Now, I will say this one is the HyperX, this one is the Tecware. Now, they feel pretty good. In fact, the Tecware has a kind of rough edge where the HyperX has kind of a shiny with no abrasion at all. This one is kind of not abrasive, but it has a texture to it. This is not textured. Only the top part of the HyperX is textured, whereas this thing is entirely textured. And you might actually be able to see from the reflections that the HyperX one is a little bit more reflective. And the Tecware does have a slightly thinner typeface, which I kind of like a little bit more. But overall, they feel really good. Enough messing about. Let's actually get these on the keyboard. And guys, there it is, fully with the Tecware Pudding Keycaps on there. Now let's get a sound test. I am gonna do a comparison between the HyperX and these, but let's just get a sound test right now. Honestly, I think these sound pretty dang good. Now we're gonna do a direct comparison. We're gonna do the L and then we're gonna do the same L just to get the most exactness we can get. Here is the Tecware. Here is the HyperX. Now we're gonna do them side by side. HyperX, Tecware. So it seems like the HyperX is just a little bit lower of a pitch than the Tecware. It also seems like they are a little bit higher up. As you can see with the two L's, the one that is a little bit raised up where the K is supposed to be is the HyperX, whereas the Tecwares are a little bit lower. Again, not a good and bad, just a personal preference. All right, but the real test, let's stop messing around and get this thing plugged in. Now, I do want you guys to realize there is a ton of light in this room right now. A ton more light than it seems. There's a big light there, there's two lights there, there's two lamps here, there's a LG ultra wide right there with 400 nits of brightness. We're in a very bright room, but let's do a test. In 3, 2, okay, that looks good. Look at this keyboard. That looks quite good. Now, let's do it with a little bit less light. Alexa, turn off The Office. That looks really, really good. Now let's test the difference between the HyperX and these. We're gonna do the same L again. Okay, same L, but the HyperX. Now looking at them side by side, the two L's right there, pretty much zero difference. There's definitely more height, but actually the Tecware is brighter on the actual letter. The L is quite a bit brighter. Maybe I didn't press it down. No, I did. It's quite a bit brighter, and I think that's because the Tecware is actually closer down to the actual light because it is a little bit lower. That's so interesting. You can see there, the darker, thicker L is actually the HyperX, where the brighter L is the Tecware Pudding Keycap. That's crazy. And it might not be coming through on camera, but it's noticeably darker, like much noticeably darker. I wasn't expecting this to be so good. I will tell you, all of the letters are very crisp with the lighting. One, I think that may be because they're closer down to the switches opposed to the HyperX, and they are a thinner line, which I think just looks overall cleaner. I'm very impressed. That was not expected at all. I was super impressed with the HyperX ones, but I didn't think that for less money, these would be better, but they are. Now, if you do like a deeper tone and a pitch is more important to you, the HyperX is gonna give you a deeper tone. I think part of that is due to them being just a little bit bigger. They are definitely bigger, although I would say the footprint is a little bit smaller and definitely way more curved than the Tecware. If you're into super curved, you're going to feel an edge to the HyperX, whereas these are a little bit smoother edges. So that's all down to personal preference, but if you're just looking for brightness, the Tecware is absolutely the way to go. Now I'm actually gonna turn all the lights off so we can see it with the rainbow. That looks so good. I wasn't expecting it to look better than the HyperX, but now seeing it in the dark, I've been recommending the HyperX. I've now moved on and I'm now recommending the Tecware Phantom. These are so good. The HyperX had just as good of a glow, but these have such a crisp top color and consistency, and I think that's due to them being closer to the keys. I'm super impressed. So guys, there you have it. The Tecware Pudding Keycaps are better than the HyperX ones. I truly do believe that. Remember, if you do want to go check these keycaps out, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, and Canada. But yeah, I think they're better. I think they're a better investment. I think they're cheaper. They look nicer. The light comes through much better through the actual letters. I don't think there's any reason not to buy the Tecwares over the HyperX, except if you're into tone and you want a deeper tone. Although I don't think the tone's bad from the Tecwares, just my personal opinion. Also, the HyperX is a little bit more caved in and a little smaller footprint at the top. So if you prefer that, a little bit of a sharper one, which is not bad. It just comes down to personal preference. Then I would go with the HyperX ones, but these things blew me away. I was not expecting this. It was probably the last thing I expected was to recommend the Tecwares over the HyperXs, because you would think HyperX would have their stuff together, but I guess Tecware saw them and was like, we can do that better for cheaper, and they did. But guys, that was my review of the Tecware PBT Pudding Keycaps. Blew me away. Really, that's insane. They're much cheaper, so I would definitely recommend these over the other ones, but this was Consumer Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, helped you save a little bit of money instead of buying the HyperX ones. And to everyone that I recommended the HyperX ones to before, this is not saying that HyperX ones are bad. These are just a tiny bit better for a lower price, and putting those things together, it just doesn't make sense to not get the Tecwares over that. So don't get mad at me if I recommended you the HyperX ones. I still love the HyperX ones. You still love the HyperX ones. Everyone's happy. This was Consumer Tech Review. Thank you for all the love and support. Channel is going absolutely crazy. I do want to say that when you are watching this video, I will be on a vacation for a week. I'll have multiple uploads going up that I've been scheduled, working my butt off, literally making videos, multiple videos a day. This is the second video I've made today. So all these videos are going up like possibly a week later. So that's why I'm not responding to any comments. I've gone dark, I've gone black, I'm taking a week off, but you guys won't see the week off. You'll just continue to get videos. So good job me pumping out these videos. This was Consumer Tech Review. I'll see you guys probably in a couple days and actually be commenting and interacting with you. This was Consumer Tech Review, and I'll see you guys later.